Hello, 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 and welcome back to yet another episode of Oh to Behold with Camille Young. That is me. Glad to have you here with me on today. Hello to my holy rollers. Love you guys so very much. We got some new additions to our holy roller family, some new subscribers. It's inching up little by little. If you've noticed, I've been doing some shorts that, trying to do something different to ramp up getting this content out to others. So you'll be seeing me do a few little things, just trying to change it up a bit. Again, wanting to get this content out to the masses. But welcome to my new subscribers. So glad you're here with us on today. Can you believe we're already at the end of the month of August? Y'all, these days are literally flying by. So, hey, look, Happy New Year will be here in just a moment, all right? But look, I want to dive right on into today's topic. I'll get to my announcements at the end, so make sure you hold on to the end because I do have some announcements to give. But today's topic is dating down. Does it really matter? Dating down. Dating down, what does that mean? So it's a concept that talks about more so the socioeconomic status of the person that you're dating. People more so talk about marrying down, but normally if you dating down, you're gonna marry down. So that's why I named it dating down, because if you are dating somebody that is not of the same socioeconomic status as you, does that really matter? And we say socioeconomic, the social status as well as the economic status, okay? Both. And one of the places where, if you're not really familiar with this concept, there's Netflix had a show called Bridgerton, and it kind of tells you like where this whole concept came from, about dating down and all of that stuff. So I was thinking about that, and I was like, that's something that I want to talk about with my holy rollers. Does dating down, does that really matter? And, I found that as I have aged over time, and as I get older, and hopefully I am getting wiser, which I believe I am. And as I accumulate more, all of those things, I do better understand that concept. Now, does it matter? It depends. It definitely depends, because as I stated just moments ago, as I have accumulated more, I found that it does matter to me that the person with whom I date, I don't want them to be broke. Okay. I just, I'm not a gold digger, but I don't want to fool with a broke person. Okay. A broke man. That's just not, and when I say broke, I'm not saying that he has to be six figures necessarily or a millionaire. I'm not saying that, but it has to be someone who is of means. Okay, because dating down can cause challenges. Okay, it can cause challenges financially, because if you're used to a certain way of living, and you're dating somebody who is not, or you value money in a different way, and you're dating somebody who does not value money. If you're dating somebody who has not had a level of exposure to certain things, and you're used to, you're supposed to eat with a fork, that type of thing. And that's kind of extreme what I'm saying. But, if you're well-traveled, well-read, and you've been a lot of places and you know how to interact with people who may be different from you, and that person is not used to that, that can really pose a challenge in the relationship. Now, is it possible for those types of relationships to work? 100%, absolutely. But you do have to be mindful about dating down or dating people who may be different from you or may be different to a certain way of living than you are. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that it's wrong, but I will say it does matter. It's important if you're going to date someone who is not of the same socioeconomic status as you, meaning it's lower than yours, make sure that they are a person of character and they are someone who is open to learning different things, or someone who is open to wanting to increase their economic status, or who has ambition and wants more and desires more. Because what can happen is you're dating somebody who makes less money than you, or don't value money in the manner in which you do, or have not been exposed to things in the way that you have. If they enjoy that type of life, which is okay for them to, but they don't desire to learn something different, be a part of something different. And I don't want this to come across the wrong way, but it may. I'm just sorry. And you bringing them up to a different level of life and living, if they don't have that naturally and desire that naturally, you're gonna find yourself in a very unhappy, find yourself in a very it's not going to be a good place for you to be in, because your values are different, okay? And your ambition may be different, okay? And that doesn't mean, and when I say dating down, if you are a multimillionaire and you're dating somebody who makes maybe $40,000, $50,000 a year, it can work. But understand that you have to be willing to be patient to help to bring this person into a new way of living. Okay. Dating down does matter. It does matter. You have to really, and again, if you're 20 years old, maybe in your early 30s, and you haven't amassed much in life, you making 50,000 and they making 30,000. That's not a big difference. Okay. All right. Even if you making 80 or 90,000 and they're making 50,000, 60,000, that's not dating. You're still in the same, pretty much financial, status. Y'all's taxes are the same. Your tax liability is pretty much the same. It's tax bracket. That's what I'm trying to say. You're pretty much in the same tax bracket. I'm speaking more so if there is a significant difference in how much money you make, and again, the level of exposure. Okay, the social part. Those things can really cause a clash and cause you to bump heads in your relationship, because you're coming from two completely different worlds. Okay. And sometimes when your worlds are that different, they many times do not work. Okay. All right. And again, I'm not saying I'm right. All right. And I'm not saying you're wrong if you think differently, but it is something to evaluate, especially when you're in that dating process. If you're already married, hey, make it work. Make it work. But if you're in the dating world, those are conversations that need to be had. Those are things that you need to really, really be talking about and considering, And not saying that, hey, you make less than me, I can't date you. I'm not talking about that. But having mature conversations and listening, being observant and understanding, like, what is the level of exposure that this person is coming from? How do they value money? How do they, how much money do they make? Y'all, these are real adult conversations that have to happen in the dating world. That, love, yes, love is great, but you got to have some real talk beyond love, because beyond love, you still have to live. All right. So, again, dating down, does it really matter? In my world, it does matter. Not based on what society necessarily may deem as dating down, but what I would deem as dating down. Okay. It does matter, and a conversation has to be had, or conversations have to be had, in order to make sure that, you are equally yoked. Okay. Equally yoked is not just about spirituality. All right. It's not just about this person is a believer, you're a believer, and that's it. No, there are some other things that need to be discussed, and maybe I need to have a video about that, talking about being equally yoked and what does that mean, okay, in its entirety. All right. So look, that's all I got for you today. Look, I hope this gave you something to think about, okay? And maybe it's a conversation piece to have amongst friends, amongst somebody you're dating, or with somebody that you're dating. Just something to think about, okay? All right, so look, you can always buy your book. Here's your book, Oh to Behold. You can go to my website and order it at ohtbewhole.com. Don't forget, the Lenny Thomas Young retreat is coming up. We're getting down to our deadline, y'all. So go ahead and register. We need you to register. All of that will be down in the description, okay? All right, and let's see. Anything else? I can't think of anything else that I may be missing. But be on the lookout for those shorts that I'm sending around. Be sure to share those for me. Put your comments down in the comment section, all right? Thank you so much for joining me on today. And until next time, God bless.